thousands of farming families work tirelessly around the clock.
I never thought that I was going to have a farm.
Come on now, little uns.
And then my whole life changed.
No matter the challenges.
Oh, my flowers!
Can't give up. If everyone gave up, there'd be no food.
But there are special days when they get to leave the routine behind.
Let's have a cracking show and a show to remember.
It's a chance to show off the best of their breeds.
Yes.
And the pick of their produce.
God save the king.
There'll be highs.
We did it.
And lows.
Off with the head, off with the head.
For the dedicated farmers who give everything to keep their families going.
Ready. All ready.
While agricultural shows have been a mainstay of the British Isles for over 250 years, there have been changes over time.
There's my boy, ain't you? Ain't that?
However, there are some breeds that have endured since the beginning.
Come on.
Jess and Barry Haynes' flock of Suffolk sheep.
Hi, Lucy.
And Diana and Nigel Mayle's Shire horses.
Come on, sweetheart. Good girl.
Are heritage breeds that their owners are determined to celebrate.
Walk on. Walk in.
It's events like this year's Melplash show in Dorset which help shine the spotlight on their historic pedigrees whilst competing against the best the area has to offer.
Falling asleep, aren't you?
Near the north coast of Devon lies Oak Park Farm, which has been home to Nigel and Diana for the past 15 years.
Go on then. Go on then.
Come on, Luke.
You walk around here, you hear nothing, and you actually think, oh, I own this, and it's just our piece of heaven.
We found it on the internet, fell in love with it, and here we are 15 years later. We've managed to put the farm back together again. It was a little bit of a ramshackle place, but anyway, we've done it and we love it. Come on then, you lot. Let's go. Come on. The farm's just the most amazing place to be. It's our little bit of paradise. Good girl.
This rural partnership couldn't be stronger, even after 2 decades.
So we met through animals, really. He was the gardener at the stables that I was the groom, and he used to come and chat to me and laugh at me trying to load horses that didn't want to go on the lorries. And the rest is history, as they say.
Set over 30 acres within this magnificent valley,
Come on.
the farm plays host to the couple's greatest shared love, their prized Shire horses.
We have Chicken, Treacle, Baby, Tilly, and Lilybet. So job for the morning is to get all the food and everything sorted out, fill up their water buckets, and then we'll get the horses in. Stand. And horses are my passion. I've had them all my life since I was a kid. I had a pony, just grown up with it. And then when we got together, he said, if we're going to have horses, we'll have proper horses, hence the arrival of the Shire horses.
For some, though, size is just a number.
Billy weighs in at a ton. and she's 18 too, which is about 7 foot tall. She's just the most beautiful horse. The sort of horse you dream of owning, and I actually do. It's just we've got a proper connection, and for me, she's just very special. Taking Tilly in the ring for the last time will be very sad, but she's had a fantastic career in the show ring, and it's her time to hang up her show boots. Come on. Lulu. Your manners are disgusting.
Diana's been thinking of taking life easier. But Nigel has other plans.
This is the one that's going to stop Diana retiring.
So he's bought a new mare, Lilibet, to tempt her back.
Walk on. Walk in. Walk on.
I was going to retire with Tilly at Melplash Show, but he had other ideas and bought this one for me.
I thought, we really can't let her sit down and do nothing for her retirement years. So, unbeknown to her, I secretly got another horse lined up and treated her to a day out. And we bought her.
So the reason I'm brushing her off is her coat is just starting to fall out a bit. It's the time of year where their coats change, so just keeps them all in good condition, keeping them nicely brushed off. We've got high hopes pinned on this one. She's doing very well so far. She's done 4 shows and she's had championship, and she's also had a reserve champion. And she's qualified for the West of England. So we're very pleased with her so far. I just want her to keep behaving and enjoy going out in the lorry with us.
Competing alongside the Shire horses for largest animal on the farm are their 2 enormous Friesian Holstein cows.
Hello, mate.
A reminder of days gone by for Nigel.
I used to have a big herd of Aberdeen Angus cows, which were getting close to being good enough to be showed. I had some animals that were 5 generations. And then, unfortunately, TB started whittling them down to the point of where I gave up keeping cows. Well, that's it. This is just purely pets. Well, they're bred from the dairy cow, which produces milk. And most of these are kept till they're 16 months old, and nobody daft enough to keep them 6 years. So these 2 were spared a long time ago, and now they're just my little pet.
Though perhaps little is not the most appropriate word.
The aim is to try and get the record for the biggest in England. You know, never worked with animals, but you can sort of gauge how tall he is by me trying to get close to him. At the moment, he wants to play with the bell. Oi. But he's well over 6 foot anyway. Mate, there he is. There's my boy. Ain't you? Hey, look. There's my boy.
Over the border in Dorset, near the town of Beaminster, lies Hamstones farm, home to Jess and Barry.
We moved down here from Hampshire about 8 years ago. Bought this little small holding here with 11 acres. We wanted 12 sheep and a few chickens was sort of our dream, really. But it sort of got out of hand. Hey. Now I've got a pig, turkeys, and we tend to take on a few waifs and strays and give them a nice home.
Stinky, come on! So Stinky, the one in the middle, is our blind sheep. He always has some little friends with him to keep him company. Come on, Stink! So he was an orphan that we brought in at a couple of days old, and he was blind from birth. But he manages really well. We called him Mr. Stink because as a lamb he couldn't walk very well, and he would always lay in the muckiest part of the barn, and he was always really dirty. Stink. Good boy.
It's a misty morning, and the couple's animals are finding ways to keep dry. Until they're disturbed, that is.
This is Mr. T. And then we've got Mrs. T. Yes, not quite your average farm animal. Barry has to feed the tortoise if I'm at work, but otherwise it's me. And then he says that she doesn't eat anything, but I think he just doesn't feed her.
No, she does get fed. She doesn't like me. The tortoise doesn't like me. We've got 20 chicken here, so we collect the eggs twice a day.
Freshly laid.
But the most indulged member of the farm is their 200-kilogram saddleback.
Mindy, come on. She tends to eat most things you give to her. She's been totally spoiled. She gets fed twice a day. So she has 2 eggs in the morning, 2 at night, and then her normal pig feed. She also enjoys Jess's hedgerow jelly that just collects all the berries and everything from around the farm. She eats it off a spoon, don't she, on this? Good girl. Don't eat the spoon.
Luckily, the couple's 80-strong flock, including their prized Suffolk pedigrees, have less refined tastes.
Hello. Hi, Noisy.
The breed can be traced back to Bury St Edmunds in the late 1700s. It's still one of the country's most popular breeds.
This is our new tup. This is our new tup ram that we brought in new this year. It's slightly different than we've had before. It's got a bigger nose, not such a narrow head. We need to change his rattle colour.
Despite looking like a necklace, the rattle block is in fact a chalk marker used to indicate a ewe has been serviced by the ram.
His name's Flash Gordon. His dad was called It's a Kind of Magic, so we tried to keep up the Queen thing.
With Flash hooked up with his new rattle block, the show must go on. Barry's life on the farm is a return to his childhood landscape.
I was brought up on a farm. It was a dairy farm we were brought up on, but as children we had goats and sheep and chicken and rabbits and all the rest of it. My father said it wasn't a good idea to go into farming. He said I should try something else before I went back into it perhaps, and I went into the motor trade. And it came to a stage after I'd been there 35 years, I was just beginning to get stale, and we dreamt of doing this, and it was just the right time to do it. Come on! Good girls, what's going on? Hey, what's happening? What have you got? We sold out and come down here. Sort of our story, really, but how we ended up here.
It's been a lot busier, though, than we thought.
I'm just going to turn this one over because he's limping a bit. And have a look at his foot. I thought he was limping. But hopefully sort him out.
And yeah, partly that's the way we do it, because we love the animals. Hi, Jeff.
Hello, Jeffrey.
It is part of our way of life. A proper farmer would laugh at us, I'm sure.
The Melplash Show is just 24 hours away. One of the Southwest's premier agricultural events. It's a chance for farmers to boost their reputations and those of their livestock. Back in North Devon.
Come over!
Before Nigel and Diana can start getting the horses ready, there's plenty more hungry mouths to feed. Some a little more impatient than others.
36. They're all there. That's usually the only way to count them, because that's the only time they keep still, is when they're filling their bellies up. Oh, there's the valley with the horns. They're quite amusing, because they can creep up on you and stab you with their horns, which is amusing when it's not me and it's somebody else.
You're on about me now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Thanks for that, mate.
Horny sheep aren't the only dangers on this farm.
So I've got the cockerel and 3 chickens. One's sitting on eggs, but you don't go in with him because he's a nasty little bugger. And my mate, the golden pheasant, loves to attack me. Probably won't today. He's trying to impress the ladies. She's having none of it. Basically, they're all mine. I love feeding them, keeping them, especially pheasants. That's my passion.
With the animals fed, there's no time to waste.
Come on. Nigel?
Yeah.
Do you want to walk in behind her?
Yeah.
Tilly needs a lot of primping to get show ready.
I'll move on, wetting her off.
No, I'll put this on first and you can wash her body off.
Okay.
Diana's lifelong passion has been her horses.
First started showing when I was 12 years old on My Little Pony. In those days, the haulier would have 6 ponies with the kids attached to them in the lorry, drop us off at the shows for the day without any backup from family. And then they would pick us up at the end of the day and we'd go home with rosettes or not rosettes, but it was good fun. This is a whole different level now. We enjoyed the whole preparation of it and taking them out and showing them.
I enjoy it. It's just I'm not very tall, so I can't always see the bits I've missed.
For Diana and Nigel, showing these horses isn't just for their own pleasure. Once an essential work animal, Shire horse numbers are a fraction of what they used to be.
I just think it would be really sad that after these horses being used in the war, not that many million years ago, and now we're down to very low numbers, people aren't wanting to have these horses all the time. And the nature of what they do or did has changed dramatically.
Unless we get help from the government or someone, they will be gone. You know, that's the sad thing.
We are ambassadors for the breed, so we'll keep trying.
Yes.
They definitely are the wow factor when you go to a show. You get surrounded, you get mobbed by people because they're so rare. It's lovely to see.
They're magnificent creatures. Even though I'm into cows, I love seeing these. And other people turn up with them. With Melplash, there's always a good turnout, and it's great.
This year's show comes with more pressure for Nigel, as he'll be teaming up with Lilibet.
So Nigel's going to handle her on Thursday, so it'll be interesting to see how they both get on.
Oh, I love it now. I've been taught by the best, so I can now do my best on Thursday to keep up with her.
Considering how frightened he was of horses when we first got together, he's done amazingly well, so yeah, very proud of him.
I like that. You can praise me up as much as you like.
Come on then, good girl.
With Nigel responsible for Lilibet, Diana can focus on this final show with Tilly.
When we first started, I met a friend who's in the Shire horse world, and he said to me, "You've got some really good horses. You need to up your game," and so I do. Good girl.
Walk on.
And if you walk in and the judge sees you walking in proudly with your horse, then you're going to grab their attention, and that's what it's all about. Do I expect her to win? No, I don't expect anything of any of the horses. It's always down to one man's opinion. So we fingers crossed wherever we go.
Back in Dorset,
She's always noisy, Lulu, isn't she?
prep for the show has begun in earnest.
Hey, girls, what are you up to?
But as is often the case with sheep,
Oh, really?
not everything is going as smoothly as planned.
Oh, girls.
They're off. I don't make a very good sheepdog sometimes, so sometimes when we're trying to pin them up, they go the wrong way. Make sure you edit all this bit out.
Oh, you let the rams out as well. Come on. Could be interesting. Come on, girls. Come on. Lily, come on.
It's a good job they're greedy.
While Jess cracks on with the sheep, Barry is off to collect some honey from his buzzing hive.
This is a frame. So this one here I'm just going to take out and have a look at.
But the bees have other ideas.
These are quite an angry bunch of bees. One's just stung me on the chin. One's just stung me on the hand. They tend to be a little bit angry at the minute because I'm stealing their honey. So I'll probably pop them back together until a later date when I can come down and take the honey away from them, which will be in the next week. And I've had to do this a lot to get through it, so I'll have more honey to sell. Are you off now?
Yeah.
They're quite angry, aren't they?
A couple of antihistamine later, and Barry is back amongst his slightly more sedate Suffolks.
Is it mostly just his back legs?
Yeah.
Clyde's the same, it's just this one back leg.
Once we've washed them and cleaned them now, we'll put coats on them, show coats, so it should keep them clean for tomorrow.
But we'll do all this today, and I bet one of them will be filthy again in the morning.
With Jess busy finishing off the sheep,
And these up here are breed champion.
Barry is dreaming of adding to their already impressive collection.
Quite proud, but that's all our rosettes we won with our sheep showing up on the wall there. It's definitely pride in what we're doing. We tend to spend a lot of time with our sheep and we want to breed something that's special. And when people look at them and comment, you know, that he's nice or she's nice, think, well, all our hard work has paid off into producing something that's great.
A few last-minute touches,
On their legs, you want to try and get a pretty distinct between the black and the white. So you try and take off a little bit of the white to give it a nice straight edge here.
and they're almost ready to go.
Suffolks at the show tend to have a lot of people looking at them because they've got black legs and heads and they're white and almost fluffy. A little bit of fluff there just to give him makes his leg back look a bit fatter.
Just rinse his head off. Come on, Jerry.
Now we've got them clean, the last thing we do is want them dirty for the morning. So we put their little show coats on just to keep them clean. And if they're still clean in the morning, we'll leave them on until we show them tomorrow.
Girls generally keep cleaner than the boys, though, don't they?
That's how it is in the real world, isn't it?
It'd be really nice if we got some firsts or some reserve or breed champions, but we don't expect that. There'll be some really strong competition at Malplash. There's a lot of really good breeders go there. So we're just hoping that we can compete against them.
It's early morning on show day.
Come on, sweetheart. Good girl.
Time to load up.
Hi, girls.
While some are keen to see the sights,
Showtime.
All gone. Come on. All gone. All gone.
others need a little bit more persuasion.
Go on, baby. All gone. Go on, keep going.
Right, all loaded, ready to go.
Off to Malplash Show we go.
With all creatures great and small safely on board, it's time to hit the road.
Go on, Eva.
Nestled amongst the twists and turns of the River Brit, Malplash Show has been a fixture of the local community for 175 years. Farmers come here in their thousands, all dreaming of walking away with a coveted rosette to show for all their hard work.
Morning.
Before Barry and Jess can start dreaming of anything,
Go on, okay. Come on, you muppet.
they must first unload all the sheep safely into their pens.
When we were showing last week, one escaped. Everywhere.
Went running around the show field. So we'll try not for a repeat performance
Who
of
have
that
you
today. So just need to make sure everyone's got a bucket of water. We used to put the hay nets up, but then they get covered in hay before we show, so we don't give them then till the end now. And then we'll start cleaning them up. We start with the ones that are showing latest and work our way back. So hopefully the ones that are going out first will be nice and clean in time to go out. Morning, right?
Showing is yet to start, but the Suffolks are already causing a stir.
They look magnificent. Yeah, they're doing all right, yeah. They haven't got too grubby overnight.
All polished.
The sheep are ready. Now for the most important bit of grooming.
I have to tidy myself up.
Come on, Eva. Come on, sweetheart. Off you come.
At the other end of the grounds, whilst Diana and her daughter Beaujolais are busy prepping the horses,
Right, with this bit, come there. Stop. That's got to go down through there.
Nigel knows his place.
My role in the morning is to keep out the way, get everything ready, get the kettle on.
And now you plait this as part of the hair, okay?
I have no idea what they do. Just let them get on with it, and then I do my bit.
Nigel?
Till I'm shouted for.
Nigel? Can you get me a bit of string, please?
Diana may make the meticulous process of getting Lilibet ready look easy,
This is where the ploughmen used to hang their cider cup when ploughing.
but it wasn't always that way.
When we first decided to get horses, the first time I did it, it took me nearly 3 hours. He had to hold the horse's head in a bucket of food, and it was chaos. But as with everything, you learn your skills, don't you? And it's all about turning your horse out to its best possible potential. If they look striking when they go in the ring, then you're halfway there, really.
It's just gone 8:30, and the show gates are open for visitors.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to you all this morning.
Set between Bridport and West Bay, Melplash is a one-day agricultural extravaganza featuring everything from livestock to gardening.
The spirit of the Melplash show is really about celebrating the community and the local community. It is very much a local show.
All the livestock classes, we have really top quality animals. Winning, of course, isn't everything, but of course it is really. To get a red or a blue rosette, depending on what it is really quite fun. I remember when I won the 3 brown eggs category, I lived on that at the dinner parties for some time.
Off with the heads, off with the heads.
With the showground filling up,
Judging underway in the sheep classes.
there's no time to browse for Barry and Jess.
Hi, Jerry.
They're first up with their rams, Jumbo and Jerry.
I think the boys will do well today. They look good against their competition, so hopefully they'll go well. Go on, mate. Good boy. Morning.
In the ring, making all the decisions, is Judge Mark Blakeney.
When I'm judging sheep, first of all, it's got to be a good commercial sheep. So it doesn't matter what breed it is, everything's got to be right.
Morning.
So the teeth have got to be fine so it can eat the grass.
Stand up.
Its legs have got to be fine so it can move long distances when it's grazing. And it's got to have a good, long, level back. Yeah, today's a very big deal for these people. It's the end of a lot of work. They're all keen to get some wind under their belt, so it's a big day.
I think he likes you.
One final look.
Well done.
Thank you, Mark.
Very much.
Thank you very much. It's lovely.
We've got a whole bunch of stuff there.
Lovely, great. Good stuff.
Well done. Thank you very much. There we go.
Thank you.
It's a triumphant first place for Barry and a second for Jess.
Oh, I did. You all right?
To take first and second out there today, was really, really pleased.
Heavy horses at 9 o'clock to 10:30, and that's well worth seeing.
You ready?
Class 82.
It's time for Diana and her beloved Tilly's final show to begin.
And we're going to welcome Best Heavy Horses mare.
A bit sad. A bit sad. It's the last time I get to take her out. We've had a long time together. It's just a bit sad.
In the ring now, there's 4 or 5. The judge will ask them to walk round first, and he will call them in no particular order. And then he will ask each horse to walk down the length of the field, walk back. When all 4 is done, he will then walk round a couple of times, and in his head he will have decided who's he likes best. And then if he pulls you in first, there's every chance you are first. But it's not over until he takes his bowler hat off. And as soon as you see him do that, that's your winner of the class.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, oh.
Oh, chuffed to bits. If I can do half as good, I'll be happy.
Good luck.
Though it's a triumphant end for Tilly,
Wait.
Nigel is hopeful about new beginnings with their mare, Lilybet.
Stand. So, back up.
even if she is struggling with her early start this morning.
Falling asleep, aren't you? She's falling asleep. Yeah.
After a good look at all the shires, the judge is ready to make his call.
Our judge has made a decision here.
Hold on.
A respectable 4th place for Lilibet.
Very good. Nothing went wrong, and she's a baby and still learning.
There's a bright future ahead for her. In the main ring, crowds are swelling as they wait for another horse show.
And we have our first attractions for speedheads amongst you. The exciting Devil's Horseman.
We're the Devil's Horsemen, and we're here at the Melflash Show today to do a Cossack show.
We organise all horse-based stunts, action on any film or TV series. A lot of it is babysitting actors and making them look great on camera with our horses, anything like that.
These daring riders and their trusty steeds have worked on films including Star Wars, Wonder Woman, and Game of Thrones. Today is just another day at the office.
It's great to have the horses here at the showground because it's just great training for them overall. It really helps with their film work that they do because obviously they get to see more, they get to see the crowds, the flags. It's nice to work with the horses and just be somewhere different. Every show's different.
And getting paid to show off.
While smaller, calmer animals are having their moment in the spotlight. Back at the Suffolks, the rosettes have been coming in thick and fast.
You're doing very well.
Thanks very much. Oh, thanks very much.
There you go.
Right, thank you. Good boy.
Right, there we go. That's right, yeah, very well done.
I just beat Barry, yeah.
Jess and Barry are now gearing up for their final class of the day.
It's
Group of three now. Group of 3 now.
The group of 3, made up of the most well-matched sheep.
My dad's going to help us and bring out the 3rd sheep. So, yeah, do you want to pop your white coat on?
But there are some last-minute doubts about who goes best with whom.
Who should we take then?
Her,
Her, Millie and Jumbo?
the ones that
Because Margot's is
she
bigger.
won though, didn't she?
Yeah, but it's group of 3, so it doesn't matter.
Which,
We'll take Margot, Barry.
take Margot.
We'll take Margot, because she's got the same sort of head.
Yeah.
Decision made. It's showtime. The judge starts with them. Then it's over to check out the competition.
He's watching, Jess. Coming over here.
Fantastic.
Thank you, Mark. That's lovely.
For sure you, she's got immense power.
That's great. Thank you very
Thank you
much.
for that. That's lovely. Cheers.
To top it all off, Margot, with her lovely head, has won individual breed champion.
We've got best exhibit
Yeah.
and champion.
Right.
Marvellous. Well done,
Marvellous.
Margot. Margot's done really well this year, so she's a bit of a feisty teenager, but she obviously showed herself quite well today after all.
Get a cup for that. We've never won a cup at Melflash before, so that's really good.
With the Melflash show in full swing,
Yeah, we then go on to the best turned out heavy horse.
it's time for Diana and Tilly's final ever outing
Good luck.
Thank you.
in the Shire Horse Breed Championship.
We're off.
So this is the championship of this morning's classes. Look at the elegance and the shine on that coat. Look at that. Glinting in the Dorset sunshine.
Right, Paul. Yeah. Anything's a bonus. I want her to behave herself in this spring and enjoy her last time out. Back up then.
If you'd like to pull forward as champion, please.
Thank you. We did it. We did it. Elated. Absolutely elated. So proud of this horse. She's amazing.
What a way to finish, that's all I can say. Absolute star, pair of them. Chuffed to bits.
After a long and emotional day, Melplash is finally coming to an end. Both couples have reaped the rewards of their hard work.
I beat you.
Yeah, she beat me.
I beat him this time.
For all my hard work, I get a bottle of scotch for coming first.
And you didn't do it. I did.
Well, I know, but I'm taking the scotch.
Barry and Jess's dedication to their land and relatively small flock means they've succeeded against much larger farms.
I think the sheep are proud of us, because they're certainly proud of themselves when they're out there. They know they've won. They know they're out there and they're special. And we're proud of each other.
It's a joint effort. We both do it together. It's joint responsibility for whether we do well or we don't do well.
And for Diana and Nigel, whilst it's time for Tilly to hang up her horseshoes, their showing career continues.
He's landed us in it, hasn't he, by buying Lilybet. I was going to retire with Tilly, but here we go again. So, yeah, we've got a great future ahead with her. Let's see where she takes us in the next 5 years.
We have a bottle of champagne at home, just on the off chance we might have won something. And yes, it will be a late night, but if we can stay awake.
We'll be here next year, definitely.
We'll be back.
We'll be at the Melplash show next year.
We've got to try and retain our shield.